In the small town of Willowbrook, where secrets were as common as cobblestone streets, Julia and Mark were known as the perfect couple. Their love was the stuff of local legend, high school sweethearts who had weathered the storm of time and come out stronger. Julia's smile was a beacon, and Mark's laughter was a promise. But beneath the surface of this idyllic facade, shadows began to creep. Julia had always been an adventurer at heart, her spirit as restless as the wind. Mark, with his steady job at the local library and his love for old vinyl records, was her anchor. They balanced each other, or so it seemed. But Julia felt constrained by the very thing that made her feel safe. One rainy evening, as the clouds gathered and the town was enveloped in a misty gray, Julia found herself wandering into a dimly lit coffee shop she had never noticed before. The warmth inside was a stark contrast to the chill outside. As she sipped her coffee, she noticed a figure across the room, a man with an easy smile and a gaze that seemed to know secrets. His name was Alex, and their conversation flowed effortlessly. Days turned into weeks, and Julia's encounters with Alex became more frequent. The connection she felt with him was intoxicating, different from what she had with Mark. It was thrilling in its novelty and forbidden allure. Julia tried to dismiss her growing feelings, but the heart, as it is wont to do, does not always heed reason. One evening, Mark planned a surprise for Julia. He had been saving up for weeks to take her to their favorite restaurant, a place they had celebrated countless anniversaries. As he walked to Julia's apartment with flowers in hand, his heart was light with anticipation. When he arrived, the door was ajar. Mark hesitated for a moment, then pushed it open, calling out for Julia. He was met with silence. The apartment was dimly lit, and the soft hum of the rain against the window provided a melancholy backdrop. In the bedroom, Mark found Julia's phone lying on the bed, screen illuminated with a message from Alex. Mark's heart sank as he read the words, "I miss you. Can't wait to see you tonight." His hands trembled as he picked up the phone. He didn't need more proof, but he saw enough to understand. He stood there, feeling a mix of betrayal and heartbreak when Julia walked in. Her eyes widened at the sight of Mark standing there with her phone. "Mark, she began, but her voice faltered. He looked at her, trying to find the words. "I came here to surprise you, Julia. I didn't expect to find this." Julia's eyes filled with tears, and she took a step toward him. "I'm so sorry, Mark. I didn't mean for this to happen. I thought I could handle it, but I was wrong." Mark shook his head. "I trusted you, Julia. I gave you everything. And now..." The rain outside had turned into a downpour, each drop a reminder of the promises that had been broken. Julia's heartache mirrored the storm as she tried to reach out to him. But Mark's resolve was firm, and with a heavy heart, he turned and walked out of the apartment, leaving Julia standing alone in the pouring rain. In the quiet that followed, Julia could only hear the relentless patter of the rain against the window. She realized that the adventure she sought had come at a cost she hadn't fully understood. The warmth of Alex's smile was now a distant memory, and she was left with the cold, empty space where trust once lived. As Mark walked away, his footsteps echoing in the empty street, he realized that love, once broken, could never be mended in quite the same way. And in the heart of the storm, both Julia and Mark were left to confront the lingering whispers of their choices and the painful truth of their parted paths.